Oh, my lord, you're always so cute, Amanda. Here you go, your New Year's present. Hope you enjoy it, darling.
Yay!
Well now, shall we go to the other room?
What about Sadie's New Year's present?
None for her.
What?
Trouble Busters!
It's snack time.
Yay, snack time!
Here you go, my darling.
Thank you, Grandma. But these are orange peels. Sadie, what's the matter, darling? Hi there. My name is Helen. I'm a part-time housewife who lives with my husband, Alan, who is currently working alone in another city, and our daughter, Sadie. Every day is great, and we as a family couldn't be happier. The only thing that concerns me is the harassment from my mother-in-law, Mrs. Thompson.
I'm really sorry, honey. They apparently need me for another assignment, and I know it's really sudden. Looks like January 1st is going to be when I return home.
I see.
I should call my parents and tell them you won't be staying there after all.
No, that's okay, honey. Sadie already wrote a letter to her darling grandma, too.
All right, then. I'll make sure to be back on the 1st.
Mrs. Thompson, thank you for inviting me.
It was Alan who invited you, but anyway.
I suppose that's right.
Grandma, read my letter to you, pretty please.
Oh, what dirty handwriting! This is also the influence of a mother who only graduated from junior high school.
Yes, you heard right. The best education I ever got was middle school level. Both of my parents tragically passed away in a car accident when I was in middle school. Because of that, I had to give up on many, many things. I had to give up ballet, which I absolutely loved, and also to head off to high school and to university.
I suppose you know how to be a wife, at least.
Of course I do.
Only those who worked at the end of the year as diligently as a cart horse can spend a relaxing New Year's Day.
Of course.
Helen, you can be in charge of the Japanese osechi dinner.
What? But I've never made osechi before.
Ugh, this is what I mean when I say stupid-ass middle school graduates.
Mrs. Thompson, perhaps you could teach me?
What the hell? Unlike you, Mrs. Fuzzy Britches, I'm a very busy woman and I can't teach you. I use that frickin' dementia-infested brain even a little bit.
Okay, Helen. Take a deep breath. In that case, I'll show you, with the help of the internet. Let's see here. Steamed fish meal bun, eggs, and... Oh man, the eggs are absolutely ruined. Guess I'll go and get some more. I have to protect Sadie's smile, I thought as I stooped down and hugged my darling daughter. But once I came back to Mrs. Thompson's house from the store...
What do you think you're doing, eh? Slacking off, I see.
I'm not slacking off, Mrs. Thompson.
Wow, you even talk like a middle school graduate. Before you start frickin' complaining, finish up the damn osechi, shake a leg and get to work.
That night, we fell asleep, exhausted, without hearing the New Year's countdown.
Happy New Year, Mom. Oh, my lord, you are always so cute, Amanda. Here you go, your New Year's present. Hope you enjoy it, darling.
Yay!
Well now, shall we go to the other room?
What about Sadie's New Year's present?
None for her.
What? Mrs. Thompson, what was it you just said?
None for her. I'm not giving oh so precious Sadie even a single penny. Even a trash bag would be a waste to give her as a present.
What? Grandma, there's no present for me?
What a thing to say, Mrs. Thompson. I think I have the only right here to be angry, Helen. Listen here, you only got a stupid middle school diploma because you didn't like to study and didn't work hard. If she hadn't been raised by a middle school graduate prick as a mother, Sadie would be a little better off, for real.
And you can get the frick away from me, you dirty rat. Need I remind you, I might go back to being a school teacher. But if you carry the middle school graduate pathogen, I won't get my students anywhere anymore.
I agree. Don't you dare come any closer than a 1 meter radius from me, understood?
Why do you hate middle school graduates so much?
You know, middle school educated women are so quick to use their feminine weapons to taunt and seduce men.
He says he can never be satisfied with someone like you, little Miss Sissy Moneybags.
You middle school graduate bitch. And you must have played with my darling son Alan with your slutty womanly weapons too, eh?
What? Please don't hate me, Grandma. To look down on someone just because of their looks or education is the worst thing you can do as a human being. Sadie's talent and beauty are invisible to those pricks' clouded eyes, and all the diligent effort I've made to get where I am.
I'm home. I'm sorry I'm late, honey. Wait a sec. Did something go wrong between you and Mom?
I told Alan everything about all the events from the past few days. I can't take it anymore.
And I can't forgive them either. How dare they hurt my lovely wife and daughter in this way? Helen, you need not go easy on those good-for-nothing bitches.
Troublebusters, initiate! It's all your wife's fault, Alan.
Huh?
Admit it, it's the truth. I told her to buy a present for Amanda, my sweet, sweet granddaughter, and she took the liberty of getting the same outfit for her own daughter. And I asked her to lend me some money, but she wouldn't lend me a single penny either. Nothing she ever does is good enough for you, son.
Everything you've done, Mom, has been in the wrong all this frickin' time. It's so precious to see kids wearing the same outfit in my eyes and in everyone else's. What's wrong with Sadie having the same shirt as my niece?
Hey, that guy in the picture.
And Helen is a wonderful person. She started a non-profit organization to help single parents and their children, and families living in poverty so that they don't have to suffer the same pain she did when she was younger.
Yeah, that's where I learned ballet from Mr. Tyrell.
And besides that, the $1,000 that we send you every single month directly comes from Helen's own pocket.
What?
I will stop sending money to you starting this month, Mrs. Thompson. It seems that the money I sent with all my heart and love to you is being used to go around gallivanting with Chloe, belittling me all the while. So please rely on your own daughter from now on.
What? What do you mean by Helen was sending me money?
I have been blogging about my daily life with Alan and Sadie ever since I first married him, 7 years ago. It's been such a long time, but over time it became a parenting blog that got a huge positive response. And perhaps 100 of my most liked posts have been compiled into a few books.
What? Published?
They've all been published, indeed.
And like I said, she also started an organization that allows children to study and learn for a small fee, so that they don't have to give up on their future like she did. Now, various teachers, professors, and celebrities are paying attention to her organization and its purpose. And many are helping out with talks, events, and handsome funding.
And that's why the famous ballet dancer Robert Tyrell is...
Yeah, Mr. Tyrell is a very fun guy and almost as nice as my daddy.
Hey, I wonder, will there be more dance lessons by Mr. Tyrell? Yes, there will be. He'll be coming here during his upcoming performances in the summer. Is there any chance that Amanda could join in those lessons? Huh? It would be a great asset for the future to be taught by a famous teacher, don't you think? I think such an opportunity ought to be given to a talented girl like Amanda.
My dear goddamn sister, you don't understand anything.
That's right. Compared to each other, no child is superior or inferior. Every child is a shining diamond in the rough. The worst thing we can do is block out that light for the convenience of us adults. That's why I created the NGO Rescue the Kids. It's to protect children from people like you two, who look at children as though they were judges at a talent show.
What? Then does that mean I can't take lessons from Mr. Tyrell? Sadie, you said that you wanted to take lessons together.
You can easily buy ballet shoes, and families that can easily pay for the teacher's lessons as usual don't have to send their kids to these group lessons, do they?
We don't put any income restrictions on families that wish to participate. But at the very least, you have to be someone who shares our philosophy.
If you want me to sympathize with your NGO's philosophy, I'll go through with it, for real. 100% legitimate, tearful sympathy for your efforts. Well, in that case... Oh, you are indeed kind, Helen, darling. Really stoked to see you work towards equality in children.
What? Sadie?
The next time the kids have a recital, they're going to be dancing the Nutcracker.
And Clara, the lead role, is going to be done by Sadie.
Yeah, I'm going to practice a lot.
What?
Did you two just say something?
No, not at all. No harm in letting Amanda join in, right? Well, I guess the only parts free to play in the recital are the mice.
A mouse? No. If I'm not Clara, I won't go dancing, Mommy.
Of course you aren't, darling. To let that little hog-faced brat be Clara, that's a sure taint on my pride.
I don't care about that kind of joke, Helen. What do you mean you won't transfer any money to me next month?
Then let me ask you this. If you were a middle school graduate and your mother-in-law was the kind of person who disrespected me severely by casting aspirations every time her mouth opened, would you want to do anything for that kind of horrible person?
That would be...
And I was getting paid from the income of multiple books I wrote, all of them containing my heartfelt maternal feelings for Sadie. And you made her cry with terrible words, too.
That's just a misunderstanding, Helen, honey.
A misunderstanding? Where in your words of brilliant insult could I have misunderstood anything? You said a piece of cake would explode if, quote, the likes of Sadie ate it.
I'm telling you that's not what I meant. There's something called tough love in this world. I mean, Alan was the same when he was young, but Sadie is also a sensitive and gentle girl too, right? That's why I thought I had to train her for something rather harsh and cruel now. A knife only gets sharper by countless smacks of the hammer in the forge, right? My words are the same way.
You think you've come up with a good analogy. In a way, you're describing exactly what you've been doing. But smacking iron continuously with a hammer will eventually make the metal thinner, more brittle, and more fragile. How many times did you make Sadie and Helen cry? How much did you break their hearts?
Alan?
No, that Japanese swords, the ones that samurai use, are made of soft base metal and hard steel. It is not just a matter of beating it thin to give it a sharper edge. It is made strong by making it soft. That soft bullion that can be made inside a child so that they can grow into the finest human being is the heartfelt love of a parent. No matter what happens, no matter who and what in the world becomes their enemy, to have parents who will always stand by you through to the end is paramount. I am convinced that only because of that can children develop the strength and flexibility to be a good, responsible adult. Your damn words don't contain even a drop of that love, Mom. I am on their side no matter what. No one can stop me from loving them.
I love you too, Alan.
I love you too, Mommy, Daddy.
What frickin' love? This is the cheesiest, corniest love poem I've ever heard in my goddamn life. It's a big waterfall. If you're such a loving person as you claim to be, then I guess you should do your duty to take care of your mother as well, You wouldn't want to starve your mother while living a good life for yourself now, would you?
You have a pension. You have a house. You can afford to feed yourself.
People can't just live by eating and having a roof over their head. We also need to have something known as entertainment.
Entertainment?
It's always your greatest entertainment to have a glamorous lunch with Chloe, and you always have a blast with your outlandish ramblings about me. That, and also your hobbies of attacking others, one-upping them, and stomping and jumping on their dignity is your greatest specialty, isn't it?
I'm not doing such things, right, Chloe, darling?
That's right. I don't want you people belittling people's humanity, particularly mine and Mom's. But it was you who was always having fun with your mother with the money I was transferring to her, right? That's why I think it's fair that from now on, please have your daughter support you, Mrs. Thompson.
Huh? I don't want to do that. We are not rich, you know. We have money to pay for Amanda's lessons, and we also have a mortgage to pay off.
Oh, but need I remind you, you might go back to being a school teacher, right? Chloe McDonald, National University graduate with a degree in education. I am very sure you must have some admirable educational philosophy, one that teaches others never to look down on others, right? And yet you've been condescending to yours truly.
Sis is going back to being a teacher. Where did such a joke come from? There's no chance in infinity.
Why, honey? She did say that herself a few days ago, you know. She said she might go back to teaching.
Didn't you know the reason why she quit teaching?
Wasn't it because she got pregnant with Amanda?
No, Helen, that's not the reason at all. A student of hers told her that she wasn't feeling well, and the student threw up on the spot. She said this to the student verbatim. "You stupid little brat, you clean this frickin' filth of yours right now!" This was in a middle school, and another student was filming the class and caught the footage. It erupted into a viral firestorm. Unbelievable, right?
All right, I admit it, I lied that I'll ever be hired back as a teacher. That's why I can never take care of Mom. You, Alan, as her oldest son, should take care of her.
That's right. You have a duty, no, an obligation to take care of your parents, Alan.
Obligation, eh? Obligation doesn't include love. And that's why I'll come back every month to check up on you to make sure you're only being given the minimum amount of money you really need. For example, I won't allow you to use my money for that damn mountain of chocolate truffles. The dresses in your wardrobe that you don't even wear. Your hobbies like flower arranging and hula dancing and everything else. I forbid you from using my money on these things. If you want to keep all those, you have to keep using your own money.
Why, honey? Why are you being so cold to me?
It's because you stepped on the feelings of Helen without any feeling of remorse, despite her generous deposits of money out of consideration for my mother. If I'm being cold to you, then what you've been doing is as outrageous as a liquid nitrogen human freezing machine. Why don't you apologize to Helen for your rudeness before you rush off to get your own money? Not even a single word of apology?
I'm sorry, Helen. Forgive me, Helen. So give me the money.
I don't care if you apologize for the sake of money, Mrs. Thompson. Nothing starts without a sincere heart.
I can't afford any extra heart to spend on you.
Huh. You should start by being grateful to others, eh? Thank you. I'm very grateful. Practice dictating like you're in elementary school, eh? How's that for level 0?
Huh? Who the frick's going to do that?
Grandma, I'll practice with you. Say it with me, Grandma. Thank you.
Frick you.
I'm very grateful.
I'm very vengeful.
You failed, Grandma.
Let's go home now, Helen. We're just wasting time here.
I know, we try to speak to them in human language and all we get is an evil, groggy response.
Wait a minute. Either you leave me the money, Alan, or you, Chloe. Ugh, it's all that idiot wife Helen's fault, that stupid bitch. Curse her.
As for what happened to my mother-in-law after that, she tried to live on her pension income, but she couldn't get out of her extravagant lifestyle. And she kept calling me and Alan every day to transfer money to her.
Alan, I just want $500. Please deposit it into your mother's account.
Apology be damned.
God damn it, that ungrateful son of a bitch. Chloe, would you like to have lunch with me again?
If you're willing to pay for it, Mom, sure.
You know I don't have any more money, right? Only $300 is what I ask. Could you make it happen for once? Such bratty children. I raised you and you forgot all about repaying me. In that case, my last trick up my sleeve. Hi, Miss Helen. How are you doing this fine afternoon? Don't stop at just helping children that are strangers to you. Help your struggling mother-in-law, too.
I can't help my mother-in-law if it's for the purchase of this month's special Wagyu beef set.
How did you know that?
Alan saw you looking at an ad with a drooling face in front of your house, and you're immediately asking for one-day rushed money? Kind of ironic.
Please, just buy the cheapest set you can find.
Instead of eating meat, perhaps you ought to meditate so that you can regain your reason, eh? I heard that she later went around to her relatives asking for a loan, but no one would lend her money because of her haughty attitude up until now. She had no choice but to get a job as a cook, but even here she demonstrated the toxic power of an academia supremacist philosophy. She is working while crying every day because she doesn't get along with her colleagues. And she spends her days using the money she made to buy alcohol to drown her sorrows and relieve stress. As for me and my family, the ballet recital in which Sadie played the leading role was a huge success. Of course, the kids fell down and fell on their butts, but it was an amazing recital that brought smiles to everyone's faces. Sadie, you looked so beautiful up on stage today, and this big dinner is a reward for all the hard work you put in.
Yay! It's my favorite hamburger steak.
My darling princess. How about we make an oversized poster of this photo of you and hang it in your room?
Oh no, Daddy. I look so silly.
The family is smiling today, too.
Mommy, Daddy, you always told me that I looked cute and told me to do my best and everything. I want to say thank you. I can always do my best because I have you guys with me. I love you, Mommy. I love you, Daddy.
Oh, stop, darling. Daddy's so happy I need an umbrella for all the tears.
It's the happiest thing to have a family that truly loves each other, isn't it?
Troublebusters!